Have you ever wondered what happens to a human mind when no one can ever say no to it? What if absolute power doesn't just corrupt, but completely destroys the ability to think rationally and act human? What if a crown isn't just a symbol of rule, but a curse that isolates the wearer from reality forever? Before we begin, if you're brave enough to hear the full truth about these rulers, subscribe now and comment which king you think was the most terrifying of them all. Throughout history, kings and emperors who ruled without limits slowly lost their grip on reality. Their habits turned from strange to horrifying. Their decisions affected millions, yet no one could stop them because no one dared. Today, you'll hear the true stories of 11 rulers whose descent into madness wasn't myth or rumor, but documented history. Witnesses recorded their insanity. Diplomats fled their courts, and entire nations suffered from their delusions. Starts subtly. A ruler refuses advice or insists on strange preferences. Everyone around him adjusts out of fear, and over time, those quirks evolve into dangerous obsessions. James I of England became so filthy that lice could be heard crawling on his scalp, and ambassadors struggled not to vomit from the smell. Carlos VI of France believed his body was made of glass. He refused to be touched, wore iron rods in his clothes, and ruled while frozen in fear. Then came Pedro III of Russia. He didn't just play with toy soldiers. He forced his generals to crawl on the floor like dolls. He put rats on trial and issued real punishments to imaginary crimes. Diplomats had to negotiate trade deals while he moved tiny cavalry across the floor. In Egypt, King Farouk stole from world leaders, kept a harem of kidnapped women, and banned anyone else from owning red cars. His compulsions consumed the throne. Adolf Frederick of Sweden literally ate himself to death after a feast of 14 cream-filled pastries mixed with lobster, caviar, and champagne. Christian VII of Denmark forced ambassadors to play leapfrog, promoted his dog to minister, and exposed himself during public ceremonies. His madness was used by others to control the country in his name. And Caligula, the emperor who gave his horse a palace, spoke to statues and declared himself a god. He planned to make his horse consul of Rome and ordered executions on a whim, driven by delusions of divine power. Then there was Ludwig II of Bavaria, who built fairy tale castles to house his hallucinations and hosted formal dinners for long-dead kings. With no one to challenge him, his fantasies became his reality. Ibrahim the Mad drowned hundreds of women from his harem, driven by jealousy and paranoia. His sexual obsessions and mental decay turned the Ottoman palace into a nightmare. Qin Shi Huang consumed mercury every day, seeking immortality, only to die from the very poison meant to save him. His paranoia and alchemical obsession created a regime of secrecy, fear, and decay. Henry VIII's body rotted as his mind spiraled into cruelty. His leg wounds stank, his coffin exploded from decomposition, and his fear of mortality drove him to gluttony, madness, and rage. These stories are not fiction. These rulers lived, ruled, and fell into madness while their people suffered under the weight of their delusions. They show us that absolute power doesn't just change a man, it erases the very things that make him human. So ask yourself this. If given the throne, would you still be you? Or would the crown twist your mind just like it did to them?